Hey guys, Jamie Benizri. We're back with Logik TV with Joey Zukran, the principal attorney at LPC Avocat Lawyers here in Montreal, Quebec. Joey, your primary focus is class actions.
That's correct.
People need to know, first of all, what is a class action?
So a class action is basically a regular civil case in which a plaintiff or an applicant has a claim. Sometimes this claim could be worth $5, it could be worth $100, it could be worth $5,000. And it's a tool to give citizens access to justice without overburdening the court system, and to use the law as a tool to solve problems against often big corporations or governments.
Okay, so I want to get into what it takes for someone who thinks they have a class action to actually become a representative of a class or of a group of people. Tell me what it takes in law.
So our Code of Civil Procedure, the new one at Article 575, provides 4 applicable rules, 4 criteria to have a class action authorized. One of them is that, and the last one, which is often the most important one and the most debated one, is the competency and the adequacy of the applicant, of the person bringing forward the case.
So what does that mean? What does it mean practically?
Well, essentially, the person who brings forward the case has to be more than just a figure or a name behind the class action. It has to be somebody who's ready to lead the dossier or to lead the case until the end, to be available to assist his attorneys, and to be ready to do news interviews and media interviews and to communicate with other members of his class.
So that's a responsibility.
Exactly.
What's the second step?
The second step is actually, the first article is basically you have to have commonality of questions of fact in law. Our Supreme Court has decided that even if there's one common question to all the class members, that criteria will be satisfied.
What's the third?
The third is that you have to have the rules of mandates cannot apply. This means that once, in order for the class action to be authorized, the members of the group or class cannot be identifiable. If we know who they are, if everybody lives in a certain complex or in a certain area and we know their addresses and we could just knock on their door, that criteria won't be satisfied. The class members have to be dispersed all across a city, a province, a country, the world. They have to be unidentifiable.
Yeah, okay. Tell me what the last one is, the fourth and last.
The fourth and last, it's actually the second in the code, but depending on how you structure your claim, is an appearance of right. Apparence de droit, which our Supreme Court has said, une cause défendable. Basically, the petitioner's claim has to appear, and this is a key word, appear to justify the conclusions that are being sought in the class action. This means, unlike a regular case where you'd have to convince the judge 50 plus 1, so more probable than less probable on the balance of probabilities that your case has a chance to succeed, at the authorization stage, all you have to show is that you have a fighting chance, a defendable cause, that your case may succeed, that you can fight to have a chance to win on the merits, and that will get you authorized.
So once you have the permission of the court to proceed, it follows the regular rules of procedure?
So very good point. Unlike other cases, you actually have to get authorized to have the class action get to the next step, which is the case on the merits, and then afterwards the regular rules of evidence apply.
Maître Zukran, tell me about one case that you're working on now and kind of the logistics behind structuring it.
So I would say one of the most interesting cases we're working on right now is a consumer class action that was filed against McDonald's restaurants. Many of us enjoy Happy Meals and Big Macs and all sorts of fun things. But McDonald's, we allege, and our plaintiff alleges, is that McDonald's actually targets consumers and children by unlawfully making use of commercial advertisement towards children under 13 years of age, which is a violation of Section 248 of our Consumer Protection Act. We believe that this is a prohibited business practice that should be sanctioned because it is unlawful to encourage or to incite a child to either purchase or ask somebody, his parents, his or her parents, to purchase that toy for them. We believe McDonald's makes use of this practice, and we are trying to put an end to it. And class action is an excellent way, as opposed to, for example, somebody making a complaint to the Consumer Protection Office, which could take a lot of time and only result in a fine, as has been the case with McDonald's. Sure. Class action can actually get the practice to stop and much more important penalties imposed.
That was good. Thank you so much. Joey Zukran, LPC Avocat. Reach out to him if you think you have or you are a representative of a certain class for enforcing a certain right. This has been Jamie Benizri, Logik TV on class actions. If you like this video, don't forget to press on that little thumb. Don't forget to comment below, share the page, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.